Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Dose Blokes podcast, presented by Forged Irish Stout.
The creamiest stout in the world, forged in Dublin, Ireland by Conor McGregor.
That's accurate. And also, you just heard a random voice there. Not so random. You've heard his voice before. We got Hurley.
Jeff London.
That's me, Jeff Hurley London. So Hurley joins us today. Jeff is under the weather, but we wanted to pump out an episode for you guys and have a little fun. So Jeff gave the blessing for Hurley to come on and take over his spot. And we love Jeff, and hopefully whatever diarrhea he has or whatever he's going through, too much Chipotle for dinner last night, he makes a full recovery and he's back here for the next episode. Mm-hmm. Cheers, buddy.
Cheers.
How's your forge?
I'm loving it.
Your first one?
I didn't pour it right, so there's not really a good, like, the classic stout head on it. But still tastes good.
Well, you're doing something. Yeah, you're getting after it.
It's the creamiest stout in the world.
How many other podcasts offer you beverages like this delicious one?
I don't know, because it's apples and oranges. I'm getting offered Viva Tequila Seltzer. I don't know if we're doing any other. If I shouldn't be saying other names.
You can say it. It's fine.
Viva Tequila Seltzer, Selly Hard Seltzer.
Wow, you're just a hard seltzer guy. Now you're a stout guy. Now you're a forged guy.
Yeah. You'll see me in the DJ booth with Forged Irish Stout.
That would be sick. Sure. That would be sick. How have you been, dude?
Not bad. How are you?
Good, man. Good. It's been a while. We did a podcast together years ago.
I know.
And now we're back. We got you back for one.
Absolutely. Happy to be the backup.
Yeah, just the bullpen, just getting called in.
I'll get sent back to the closet once Jeff comes back.
That's it, dude. It's like the 7th inning and we're calling in Hurley.
Yeah.
Love that. But you've been well?
I've been good. How are you?
Good, man. Good. Just got back from Philly.
I know. How was that whole road trip and
Unreal.
Wrestlemania and all that?
Unbelievable. I've said this, maybe the single greatest day of my life.
Sunday?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, it was unreal.
Awesome.
Unbelievable. So we worked a show Saturday night, and our shows end pretty late, 2 o'clock in the morning, hard curfew, and then, you're around to finish up and wrap things up, so like 3, 4 o'clock in the morning. We left Boston at 6 a.m.
Okay.
I slept for 13 minutes, hopped in a car, drove to Philly with Maddie and Timmy and Nikki.
Did you do the driving?
No. Timmy did. Timmy took one for the team.
What a trooper.
Absolute legend. So he picks us up here. We go down to Philly. We get to Philly at like 10:30 in the morning. They let us check into our hotel at 10 o'clock in the morning. Wild move. And then we end up going to what's called Wrestlemania World.
Okay.
And that is in the convention center in Philly. And it was like hundreds of thousands of square feet of merch, wrestling rings, just all sorts of just make.
Wrestling rings?
Yeah, they have wrestling rings.
So like fans could just wrestle each other?
No, I think you can't just go elbow drop somebody that you don't like because they took the last Randy Orton shirt that
Okay.
So just tons of merch and custom. I'm wearing, I don't know if you can see it, but I've got my Wrestlemania hat on today. Wanted to leave Philadelphia with a little memento.
Of course.
And it was awesome. The entire experience was incredible. From, Timmy reaching out to the WWE. So we've formed a bond with a young lady named Chelsea who works at the WWE. And when we did the Undertaker show, and she hooks us up all the time.
Nice.
So Timmy was just like, on a whim, it's like, hey, you know what? I'm going to reach out and see if we can get WrestleMania tickets. We did.
Let's go.
For night 2.
Okay.
Night 2 was a big one. You get The Rock. You get The Undertaker comes back.
Yeah.
You get Randy Orton's there. Logan Paul is there. It was just, the production is insane. The amount of pyrotechnics, which absolutely fire me up. Pyro. Like, imagine just walking out in an arena and all of a sudden it's just fireworks everywhere. You should get that for your DJ sets.
I don't think they allow that in Boston, but I know a guy that probably could, that does production somewhere that might be able to help out with that.
You should just break the rules, dude. Screw it.
You're kind of in charge of the stuff that goes on there, so
yeah, I don't think I
can. I have pyro at
nope.
my next show? Oh, okay, well.
The only person that gets pyro around here is me.
Okay, and Randy Orton.
And Randy Orton. It was fun. It was so cool. I have never quite experienced something of that magnitude.
Have you always been into WWE?
Yeah, always. So since I was a little kid, I used to watch with my dad.
Oh, nice.
And then I kind of was watching it growing up, into my early adulthood. And then much like everything kind of fizzles out, you're out of that fad of, watching it. And then over the course of the last few years, just got back into it. We ended up working with The Undertaker, which kind of also accentuates my love of wrestling, being like, I just met one of the greatest wrestlers of all time, who I was deathly afraid of when I was a kid.
Nice guy?
Wonderful guy.
Awesome.
Wonderful guy. So it was really cool to experience that, get back into the wrestling stuff. It's been just a blast. It's been a blast. Also watching people go through tables and get hit with steel chairs.
How many tables were broken?
All of them.
Oh, okay.
Every table. There was tables coming out of underneath the ring. The Spanish announce table. And I don't know if you know this, but
Spanish announce table.
At WWE, there's at Wrestlemania, they have a Spanish announce table and they have like the American announce table. So like the commentators.
You can
get,
yeah.
The Spanish version and then you have the American version. The Spanish announce table is the one that always gets broken first. Always. Never.
Do
fails.
they must know that their table is going to get broken, right?
Oh yeah, everybody knows that.
Not putting valuables on it.
Yeah, no. Everybody knows that the Spanish announce table is the one that gets absolutely demolished first.
Their microphones are made of cardboard.
Yeah, well, now they're just, they have like tablets on there, so you can kind of see the what do you want to call it, like the playback.
Oh, okay.
Right?
Yeah.
So you're watching. They're all in iPads, and what they do is they just rip the top of the table off. And whatever wrestler it is will just swipe everything off the table. And then it's just a table and the two Spanish announcers. And then all of a sudden, somebody's getting powerbombed through.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it's incredible. And the tables explode. They don't like...
Yeah, I'm sure they're like
just
especially spring-loaded.
They don't just like break and you're like, oh, that was anticlimactic. It's like shit everywhere.
Yeah.
It's like... It was so much fun. We had a blast. The amount of people... There's 80,000 people...
Wow.
Singing every single theme song, screaming at everything. At one point, they turn the lights on that illuminate the crowd because it's dark, right? And we're in the stadium, Lincoln Financial Field, where the Eagles play.
Yep.
So they put this light on that illuminates the crowd so it doesn't look like there's nobody there. Those lights were so bright. I put my sunglasses on, like dead serious. Middle of a match, sunglasses on.
Okay.
And then the whole stadium starts chanting, "Turn the lights out," because it was just blinding everyone.
Oh, so like it wasn't like leading up into something?
No.
There was just something that,
Mid-match, the lights, like these ring lights come on and they're just blasting everybody in the face.
Huh.
Yeah, it was.
The way you say ring lights, I'm just hoping it's all TikTok influencers.
Could have been. Just like a bunch of 15-year-olds walking around with ring lights.
Yeah, $10 ring light that they got on Amazon.
Yeah, they're trying to go viral and they have 80,000 people screaming at them to turn their one ring light off.
That's what's lighting up the Eagles stadium. It's just $10 ring lights on Amazon.
One TikToker's ring light.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was fun. Philly was fun. Of course, I got a couple glizzies when I was there.
Yeah.
You
get a Philly cheesesteak?
No Philly cheesesteak.
Oh.
We didn't have, so we were there for 30 hours basically.
Yeah.
So we went to a really awesome, like old school restaurant, like bar, dive,
Nice.
super dive. Food there was great. Every kind of staple thing that we wanted to get was just going to kind of be like out of our time restraints. We did attempt to go get a Dinnick's roast pork sub, which is my favorite sandwich in the world.
Okay.
They're closed on Sundays. 80,000 people in Philadelphia in this one centralized location, and they did not open up.
Yeah.
I was so bummed.
I mean, they got to have, that probably happens to them for every Eagles game too.
Yeah, I would assume so.
Yeah.
Losing the market, all I wanted was a roast pork sub. Couldn't get it. I got everything else though.
Okay.
700 beers. I was just cruising through beers.
Yeah.
Cruising.
I mean, it just heightens the experience.
Yeah, and it makes you feel way better when you're screaming at like people in the ring that are just wearing underwear. What could make this even better?
So was there any big shocking moments that happened at this event?
Yeah.
That blew your mind?
Yeah, there was a few.
Like appearances or...
The main event with Cody Rhodes and Roman Reigns. And I know what you're thinking. You're probably thinking Lana Rhodes, but not the same person. Not the same person.
I'm always thinking Lana Rhodes.
You little freak. So Cody Rhodes has had this, lifelong goal of winning the title. His father was a wrestler, legend, passes away. So they're carrying this thing on called The Story, right? That's been building for 2 years, like a 2-year-long movie.
Okay.
So The Rock is there, and The Rock hates Cody Rhodes. This is a story. The story build is so insane. So it's one family against another family. The Rock and his family, and Cody Rhodes and his family against each other.
Yep.
So this match is going on, and it's awesome. It's incredible. All of a sudden, Roman Reigns' family members come out. They start attacking Cody Rhodes and everybody else, and then John Cena makes a surprise appearance.
Whoa.
Puts one of the wrestlers Solo, puts him through the Spanish announce table.
Okay. Yeah.
Naturally. And then they're fighting, and then The Rock gives John Cena a rock bottom. Now Cena's out of the match. Everybody's freaking out. And then all of a sudden the lights go out. Undertaker shows up.
No way.
Undertaker shows up. And everybody just lost their mind. Absolutely lost it. He chokeslams The Rock. Match continues. It was pandemonium.
Yeah.
There was one time at one point in this match, and you can go back and watch it, and it's just nuts. Two dudes are fighting on the ramp, and the ramp is like 200 feet long, like where the entrance is.
Oh yeah.
One dude spears another guy off the side of the ramp through a bunch of tables, and it's probably like a 30-foot drop.
Oh my God.
Yeah, it was insane. We're like, this guy's dead. This guy's dead. We just started chanting.
No way.
We just started chanting everything. But that match was incredible. And then Cody Rhodes, Lana Rhodes' cousin, no, I'm kidding, ends up winning the match. And place goes nuts, and there's pyro everywhere, and wrestlers are coming out to congratulate him. It was a beautiful moment for wrestling.
Nice.
But it was just so much fun.
Yeah.
Well, watching WrestleMania live for the first time, bucket list item for me. So happy I did it. Just
especially with Timmy and Maddie too. I mean, what a crew.
Yeah, and Nikki was there, just
yeah.
having so much fun. It was just unbelievable.
Nice.
Like I have goosebumps talking about it right now. I would go back to that, live that day on 2 hours of sleep for the rest of my life.
Now, excuse my ignorance, but is it once a year?
Once a year. Well,
okay.
They do it over the course of 2 days.
Yeah.
But yeah, they do it one time.
So is this just going to be tradition?
I don't know.
Does it move around the country, or does it always stay in Philly?
Yeah, it moves around the country.
Okay.
They do. It started in like Madison Square Garden and started to ramp up and get bigger and bigger and bigger. And now they're just selling out football stadiums.
Yeah.
For 2 nights in a row.
And do they have next year's already planned?
I think so. There was like rumors that it's going to Minneapolis.
Oh.
There was rumors that it was going to Vegas. So, yeah.
That'd be crazy.
Don't catch me at WrestleMania night 1 and night 2 in Vegas, dude. I might not
Caesar
make it.
Palace.
I might not make it back, bro.
Yeah.
The Hangover Part 7 with me, Maddie, and Timmy. Just absolutely destroyed.
Roads.
Absolutely destroyed. Something I did want to bring up though. Are you like into like space and the universe?
Like astrology signs? Because no.
Oh, well.
I didn't think it was that type of podcast.
Isn't that what like girls ask when you first meet them? It's like, what sign are you? It's like, I'm a Scorpio, and they just spring
I
away
mean,
from
half
me.
of the Big Night Media podcasts have that part of their shtick.
No, I'm talking more along the lines of like solar eclipse stuff.
Ah, yes, the famous solar eclipse.
The famous solar eclipse, which happened on 4/8.
Okay.
And there was a 4.8 magnitude earthquake the other day.
Oh.
Which is kind of
That's quite the
creepy.
Parallel. Yeah.
Kind of creepy. Did you look into the sun yesterday like everybody else in the world?
No, I was safe about it. I didn't have the sunglasses, but I learned a way. You poke a little pinhole in 2 papers, and you kind of like hold them against each other so you can see like the crescent shape of the sun.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Okay. That's how you decided to not destroy your eyesight, by looking at 2 white pieces of paper.
Yeah, I might as well have looked at my my hand.
just put both of your hands up. It's like, yeah,
just,
I can.
Just as white, yeah.
You just one hand eclipses the other, and you're like, okay, we did it. Yeah, I accidentally, again, I was on little to no sleep. I thought I had the glasses on. I did not. I just looked up into the sun for a quick second and was just like, damn it. I was like, damn, if people do this and look into the sun like this just for funsies, people are doing that. They're just staring at the sun. That is the dumbest thing I've ever heard. But I did it completely on accident.
It was really cool though.
Yeah.
I won't lie. Like it definitely got dark, or it got noticeably dark here.
Yeah,
at that time. It was like 3:30.
Yeah, 3:30. It got a little spooky out.
Yeah.
Got a little spooky. There was birds. I don't know exactly what a solar eclipse does to the universe. I'm not sure.
Yeah.
I'm sure one of the other podcasts can chime in on this because I know nothing about any of it. But I noticed that the birds in the area, I was on my balcony watching this thing.
Flew backwards.
They were just doing weird things. Like, there's never any birds in my area. Like, ever.
Yeah.
And they were just freaking out. It was just, they were squawking like crazy. I'm like, this is kind of eerie.
I know it definitely affects nature. And I know a lot of like scientists were doing research yesterday to like learn more about it, because they probably don't even know themselves, because the sample size of the opportunities they have to look at that are probably pretty slim.
Yeah, for sure. But like, have they come up with it? I didn't even look. Like, what are the effects? Like, does it affect the ocean's tide?
It must.
It's got to do something, right?
Yeah.
Besides make people that love astrology go crazy and be like, well, Scorpios still suck.
I don't know much about like, I mean, yeah, I'm no astrologist, but I don't know, like, is that the closest that the moon will get to the sun is during an eclipse, you think?
I think so.
Like, I wonder if even the fact of its distance to the sun will actually affect the surface of the moon, being that close to something that hot.
That's a valid point.
I know.
I never even thought of that.
So many people are thinking of Earth. I'm thinking about the moon.
You're like, one half of the moon looks like toast, and the other half of the moon is still just like cheese. Yeah.
Like,
they just melted, the sun just melted the moon on accident.
Imagine how great that probably tastes. It just melted the cheese a little more.
I was watching it. I was like, the universe is wild. It's insane.
I mean, it is natural though, so it's like that kind of is bizarre that, like, I guess nature is affected by it that way. Like, animals are freaking out, but like technically it's nothing man-made. Like, it is natural for eclipses to happen.
Yeah, but also we're saying that it's natural, and the universe is just crazy.
That's true.
About, right.
Also, on to that point, solar eclipses hundreds times better than lunar eclipses.
Yeah, but yeah, I don't even know what a lunar eclipse is.
It's the other way around. The moon goes behind the sun. You're like, that great.
What happens?
Who cares?
There? Yeah, what is that even? Nobody cares about that.
I know.
We're playing hide and seek. So the moon plays hide and seek with the sun.
Yeah.
And then this time the sun plays hide and seek with the moon, except it's way cooler.
Yeah, because the moon actually blocks the light, whereas the sun
it just happens.
Yeah.
It doesn't. I feel like a lunar eclipse happens like every 4 days.
I might be talking to my ass in that. I feel like I'm not actually confident about that.
You're just spewing just randomness on this podcast about lunar and solar eclipses, and you got no idea. I got nothing.
Oh, okay. Wait, I did lie. So the
lie. Can we get a lie counter up, please?
Yeah. The solar eclipse is when the moon goes between the sun and the earth.
Okay.
Right? And then the lunar eclipse is when the earth is between the sun and the moon. So as you can see here, I think that's usually when, like, whenever you see like the moon and it's like red, or like a harvest moon, that's like slightly a lunar eclipse.
Okay. I got it.
So you know.
Okay. Harvest moon is what I order at D'Angelo's for my sub.
Oh.
Yeah. It's like a Thanksgiving toasted, except not.
That sounds good.
Just kidding. They don't make those. But Harvest Moon would be a sick band name.
It would be.
That would be a sick band name.
What's King's Harvest? They have
the King's Harvest. That's pretty much my order at McDonald's.
Dancing in the Moonlight. This is King's Harvest.
Got it. Okay.
That's what I was thinking of.
That song smacks.
Yeah.
That song smacks.
We get
Are you gonna
almost every night.
Whoa, now he's singing. I forgot you were a singer. Might have to start singing on this pod. You should remix that. You should 100% remix that. It would cause a 4.8 earthquake.
It could.
Did you feel the earthquake?
No. But there was people down in, like, I knew down in Providence and Connecticut. I think I'd feel it down there. So maybe it was more southern. But I didn't feel anything.
You got nothing.
No. Did
Zero.
you?
I mean, I was asleep. So like a 4.8 earthquake's definitely not going to wake me up from my sleep. That's a fact. I sleep like a rock. But everybody,
That's concerning.
Yeah, it's kind of concerning. Sleep apnea. Look it up. I woke up and I had all of these random notifications. Like, 4.8 earthquake. I was like, really?
Yeah.
Where? That's insane. And then it was, people that I think we have a lot of mutual friends that were like, I just felt an earthquake. It's like, I just rolled out of bed. I wonder if there's a coincidence here. Is there a coincidence? Marky's feet just touched the ground, caused the tectonic plates to shift. And now people in Providence have their bookshelves knocked over. We love that for me.
Once again, though, I do think that is natural, though. It does happen. It's very rare here, but I think maybe it's not to this magnitude, but
I see what you did there. I see what you did there, magnitude.
Thank you. Wow. Yeah, I was searching for that really quickly. But I think it's like people are like, oh my God, the world's crazy.
It is kind of crazy.
But like, I think it's supposed to happen. Or not supposed to happen, but it does happen.
So you're saying that it's supposed to happen that San Diego and one half of Los Angeles is supposed to fall into the ocean at some point?
I was in, this is a weird story, but I was in Ghana, Africa as a sophomore in high school on like a mission trip. And I was FaceTiming my dad during that trip, and all of a sudden he was just like, whoa, my God, we just got an earthquake. So however long that was ago, 12 years.
I was going to say like 12 days ago.
Yeah. Yeah.
12 days ago. Sophomore in high school, 12 days. I can't believe I'm feeding you beer, dude. This is terrible.
I'm 13. Yeah.
That's a long time ago. Yeah.
Yeah. And it may not have been 4.8. So I don't know. Definitely more common in LA.
Yeah.
California.
Earthquakes that happen in the middle of the ocean that cause tsunamis. That is wild. That's insane to me.
Yeah.
That it could be, no matter what the magnitude of the earthquake is, it creates a small tsunami, which again.
Well, because then there's the aftershock too.
Yeah. I mean, people in New York said they were still feeling aftershocks hours and hours later.
Really? Wow.
Yeah. Yeah. The world is a scary place, man.
Oh, yeah.
The world is a scary place. We don't even know what's in the ocean. We just don't know.
Yeah.
We kind of know what's in the atmosphere, maybe, sort of. Mm-hmm. But we know nothing about what's in the ocean. Like 10%.
Yeah.
10%. Loch Ness Monster, ocean. Not in Loch Ness area.
I thought Loch Ness Monsters were lake guys.
Nope. Loch Ness Monster is now in the ocean. Oh, Hurley's getting...
I know. You know what I was thinking before? We just had someone take a picture of us. Even though what I think is hilarious right now is this right here. People can be like, oh yeah, that looks like that guy. This guy, I don't know. He's kind of missing the entire beard and the glasses.
Missing the whole structure.
Yeah. I don't know where they went with the branding with the other guy.
The other guy is just whatever brand we want him to be. We just change the photo every single time.
I know. I should have made a was that Funko Pop?
Yeah.
What are those called?
Yeah, Funkos.
I should have made a quick Funko.
Those things are sweet.
Yeah.
We'll have to put you a Funko Pop in the thumbnail. We'll have to find a way to
maybe I'll do that.
One.
Yeah.
Since you're on the show, there's a couple things I want to talk to you about regarding music production, DJing, and kind of what goes into both of them.
Sure.
How long have you been DJing?
I started as a DJ this spring semester of my senior year of college, which was 2019.
So a few years ago.
Yeah, so I've been technically a professional DJ for 5 years.
Okay.
Yeah.
What made you want to get into DJing, and how did that all transpire?
Yeah, music's always been a big part of my life ever since like I was little. Like my mom setting me up for piano lessons, and then I always stuck with it. Even though I did it with my sisters, they kind of fell off. But I was always excited about like listening to songs on the radio and then like immediately learning how to play them on piano by just looking up the chords and then just figuring out the melody by ear. And after that point, it's always just been a matter of just kind of getting more involved. I always wanted to be a part of the music industry, like on the, record label side. Talent scouting, I was a fan of listening and discovering new music. When I went to college, I met a good friend of mine, Brendan, who got me into music production, who had like this little keyboard that you could hook up to a computer.
Like
he was making
MIDI?
some stuff. Yeah, like a MIDI keyboard. And then by the time I was a junior, my roommate had a small little DJ controller that he would just like DJ during like our pre-games and stuff, just to like get the vibes going. And I was just infatuated with it. I was just like very interested in like just being the person in charge of playing. Like I always wanted to be on aux, so I always was excited about like showing people new music, really like curating a night of music and all that. So it kind of just naturally like was like wanting to learn more about music and just get as involved as possible in the industry.
What would you say has been the biggest struggle as a DJ?
I think the hardest thing for me is being able to, like, and this is really for any industry or any profession, is being able to stand out from other people. Because especially as DJs, we're, for the most part, at least what I'm doing right now, and we can get into something else later, but I'm playing other people's music. So there's only a certain way that I can really separate myself from the same group of people that are playing the same people's music. And by that, I mean, we're all playing Drake, we're all playing Bad Bunny, we're all playing, you know, all the hottest dance music. So the way that I can figure out how to separate myself is by branding, marketing. I mean, I like to say that I think my song selection and my mixing is like solid enough, but it's such a saturated industry now. It's just very difficult to be able to separate yourself from other people. And it's really starting to become a heavy promotion job.
Yeah.
So every single weekend, I'm needing to harp on everybody I know, get everybody and their mothers to come out to the club.
Right.
Because
Instagram
that's what
posts.
gets me big. Yeah, that's what gets me gigs, and that's what keeps the people interested, I guess.
Where do you find your most gratifying time throughout the course of a night while you're performing?
Oh, I mean, it's. I feel like it's easy in saying that, like, it's the song where you just look around, and you just see everybody singing along, just smiling, dancing, having a good time. My favorite part of the night, well, maybe not the favorite part, but a part that I really enjoy about a night is actually before usually anybody even shows up. So when I open up at the clubs, I play right at doors, which is right when they open. So usually, like, say they open at 9:30. Usually there's not really like many people in the club until like 10:30.
Right.
So for the first half an hour to an hour, I'm playing music actually for the staff that works there.
Right.
And usually it's all music that they never really get to hear any other night, because I'm playing music that is on, for lack of a better term, on the B side.
Right.
I'm playing like cool flips and remixes that I'm finding on SoundCloud and discovering all this stuff that no other DJ has, because I'm putting in the work to really find the cool, high quality productions on SoundCloud, actually mostly, to kind of showcase to all these people who hear it every single day.
That's really cool to hear, because obviously working in the industry, I hear pretty much the same music every single night, right? It's the same flips, it's the same remixes, the same mashups, it's all the same stuff. So it's really cool that you're going out of your way to just be like, you know what, for the next 45 minutes, I'm just going to blast out just different types of jams for the staff, because, I mean, keeps us fresh.
Yeah.
Right.
And it's like songs I would never be able to, well, no, I shouldn't say it like that, but I was going to say songs that I would never really be able to get away with if I had a crowd, because sometimes it's good music, but it might not get them. It might not be like a peak song at midnight to get people all hyped up.
Good point. Also, how do you, okay, so say you're performing, right?
Yep.
And you got a crowd of people that are just not feeling it.
Okay.
They're just not about it, right? How do you stay motivated and energized and, you know, still ready to let it rip?
I'd be lying if I didn't say it didn't affect me anymore. There definitely are times where I'm literally throwing everything against the wall, and it'll just be the fact that it's funny to say, but these people aren't drunk enough. I mean,
sauce it
really
up, people.
I mean, literally, like, sometimes it just takes time in order for people to get to where you are already.
In a little liquid courage.
Exactly. And honestly, sometimes it just takes like a group of people to really break the ice and like kind of loosen up the tensions a little bit of no one wants to be the first one on the dance floor. Even though people are eyeing it, they don't want to be the first ones out there. So I've started to have a little more grace with it, and the fact that like maybe it's not me, but I mean, for the most part, what I'll try doing is literally, like I said, throw everything I could possibly throw against the wall. I've been doing it for long enough now where I have a pretty good source of songs that I know typically will move a floor.
Right. Okay. What song do you hate playing the most?
I am not a fan of Sexy Red.
Ski.
Yeah.
No? Not for you?
I'm not a big fan of this whole... And I actually was just recently put upon a new song. Let me see if you've heard of it before. It was posted in our DJ group chat. And I listened... It was shout out Ayo Romero. Or just Ayo.
shout out Ayo. Yeah, we love Ayo. Ayo gave me one of the sickest flannels of all time.
I know. You wear it all the time.
So good.
You wore it to the Wrestlemania.
I wore it to Wrestlemania. Yeah, I got a lot of compliments on it.
Okay, so he was asking if any of us have played this song, which if you've heard of it, I don't know if you've heard of it before. It's called Get In With Me by Bossman Low.
No, I don't think. I mean, maybe I have, but it doesn't sound familiar. Nope. Definitely not. Yeah, no, I definitely.
I'm not even going to get in further in the song, but yeah, to be honest, I'm not much of a fan of this new wave that hip hop's going. I wouldn't consider myself like an old grouch who's like only listening to 90s hip hop.
That's what you sound like, Curly. You sound like me.
No, but
old
I
grouch.
definitely, yeah, maybe it's just all relative because I think the really great areas of hip hop was like 2010s to 2020, like that 2010s.
Okay.
I wouldn't say that. I'm not gonna. But
you
say
also
that's
weren't
the
born.
Greatest era.
You were born in like 2011, so like you're fine, dude. It's okay. You're allowed to say 2010s.
Yeah, but I don't want any old.
You're gonna
school
probably
hip
get
hop.
some.
Yeah, I'm probably. I dug my grave already.
Yeah, dude. You're gonna get some old school hate on this one.
Yeah. Also, hot take, and you'll hear it here first. I wish Pepas. I think Pepas has had its run.
Yeah, it's done.
It's for some reason it's not though. Like it's still, people are still going crazy after it. It's like this song's been being played at nightclubs for the past 3 years. Why aren't you guys sick of it yet?
You're calling a full retirement to Pepas.
I would like so. Yeah.
On this podcast right now, you're putting out a PSA to all DJs. Yeah, hard
Make it
camera.
stop.
Find the hard camera. Point at your DJ friends. No more Pepas.
No more Pepas.
That's it. No remixes. No flips. No mashups. No more Pepas. Hey, yes, let's go. We got fans. We got fans out there. Couple Bogarts jerseys. He doesn't even play for the team anymore. That's wild.
They're not even going to a Red Sox game.
They're not even going to the Red Sox.
Well, maybe they were at it.
Red Sox game's over.
Yeah.
So being a DJ, but also being a producer, where do you find your inspiration when you're producing tracks? And you can definitely say me. You can be like you, Marky P. You.
Yeah, Marky P is my muse. Everything that I do in my career is centered around Marky P and the Marky P Show.
Wow.
And those blokes.
It's just the whole thing.
Yeah.
Just locked in.
Honestly, it's going to sound cliche or it's going to sound generic, but like honestly, just listening to other music. I mean, there's so many other times where I'm listening to a song made by somebody else and maybe I'll get to a point where it's like maybe pretty minimal. And in my head, I will hear a new melody myself and be like, oh, like it'd be cool if this happened or maybe do like I'm already thinking about how I would reproduce a song that's already existed.
Okay.
And once again, it's going to sound pretty cliche as well, but I don't even know if I want to get into it because it feels very woo-woo. But like I'm very inspired by nature.
I love that.
Yeah,
I love that. That's
whenever I give people tips for how to like find creativity and just get immersed and be more creative, I always tell them to picture or look at a sunset because you can look at it for its base level of a sun just setting and, you know, casting a nice light upon the world. But there's so much more that you can look into it. And like the more you dive deep, the more like kind of art you can pull from it. Like all the different colors that you're seeing in the sky, the warmth of the sun that you're feeling on your face, the animals and crickets and you name it that start to come out at night,
right? And
how that changes over the entire period of the sun setting below the horizon. Like it's constantly changing in the 20 to 30 minutes it's happening.
Same with music.
Yeah,
right. And
absolutely.
Same with your production, right? Like you could go one way based on your thought process of looking at this giant picture, and in 20 to 30 minutes, notice something different and change it. Right?
Absolutely, yeah.
That's really cool. That's really cool about music too. And you just saying that, it's like also the inner dialogue thing. People don't have those. A lot of people don't. Did you know that? A lot of people don't. Or
they don't actually like hear a voice.
Yeah.
I'm still not sure if that happens with me.
I feel like you just kind of.
The more you think about it, then
do you not hear? You don't hear voices, but do you hear like tunes?
Oh well, yeah.
So like that's kind of the same thing.
That's true. Yeah.
Right. So like you're having this inner dialogue or production sound nature dialogue in your head to help create music.
Yeah.
That's kind of lit.
It's cool.
That's kind of lit.
Yeah.
The only thing that goes through my mind is like wrestling theme songs all day long.
And glizzies.
Hot dogs and wrestling theme songs. That is what's happening
ain't
up
too
here
bad
this
either.
spring. So what are you working on currently? Like what does the future hold for Hurley and his music production and his DJing?
I'm actually really excited about the future of Hurley. I just went to Miami Music Week, probably by now a few weeks ago, and I came back so inspired from that. It really I literally bucket list moment for me. I was probably about 10 feet away from Martin Garrix, who's like the legend of EDM music. And obviously there's plenty of differences between us, but one of the main differences between Martin Garrix and myself is that he releases his music and I sit on it for 3 years and keep tweaking the smallest things and saying it's not ready yet and joke about the fact that I don't release music. So after coming out of Miami...
Is that like self-deprecating? You're like, you make jokes, you have music that you're not releasing. Mm-hmm. And then you make jokes about not releasing music.
It's like a coping mechanism, sort of. I'm just like, silly me. It's not perfect yet. Even though like that's exactly what I'm thinking, even though I sarcastically say it. So now I'm forcing myself, whenever I create projects, I'm actually I need to set a deadline for myself. So currently I have a project that I'm really excited about, and I think it's one of the best ones. I mean, this is going to sound typical of a DJ. One of my best ones yet, but personally, I think it's one of my most high-quality projects I've ever made yet.
Well, it's the only one you'll be releasing, Hurley.
Exactly. And I forced myself to finish everything on the production side of it by this Friday. So you will be seeing a new song from me very soon. So once I finish that, I might have to take a little longer to find vocals for it or potentially add my own and then get it mixed and mastered and stuff. But I think the whole Miami trip was so inspiring for me. It's turned a new leaf of like, I need to start just pushing content out there, let my voice or my music be heard, and start just building up my brand and my name through that. Because if I just become this bedroom DJ, that's all I'll be.
We want that for you. I enjoy you as a DJ, and like you have so much energy all the time.
Thank you.
And I love watching you perform. You're one of my fucking favorite people on the whole planet.
Thanks.
And I'm excited for this new renaissance of Hurley, right? That's what we'll call it. It's like a new renaissance of Hurley.
Absolutely, yeah.
Maybe just hack Beyonce's album and call it Renaissance.
And I'll wear like whatever they wear in the Renaissance.
Whoa. I think they were just naked. I think I don't know that you can.
I think you're looking for an excuse to see me naked, Mark.
Wild move.
I'll wear like a Joker's costume or something, a Jester's costume.
Yeah, we love that.
The bells and stuff. Yeah.
Love that. But yeah, that's sick, man, and we're excited for you.
Thank you.
We want that to happen. You ready for?
Are we going to the AMAs?
You ready for some AMAs?
I
buddy?
haven't looked at these yet because I kind of wanted to go off the cuff, but I guess I do kind of now because I'm asking you them back.
All right. You want to go first?
Okay. If you were a wrestler, what would your entrance music be?
So I've thought long and hard about this because I've been a wrestling fan forever, but there's this one track that I heard a couple years ago that I love, absolutely love, and I wouldn't steal another wrestler's theme music. It's by Nitty Gritty and Dr. Fresh. It's called Cold Day in Hell.
Okay, I like that.
This song just does something to me. I listen to it when I wake up. I listen to it when I'm going through bad days. It just strikes me in a manner that no other song should. And it's hard. The song goes hard.
I mean, nitty gritty. That guy has some bangers.
If I could, I'll put it on my Instagram so people can listen to it. But this song absolutely smacks. We did a show with Damaged Goods, who's another wonderful DJ. And
I love him.
He opened with this.
Yep.
And the intro kind of sounds like Stranger Things, except if you made Stranger Things 100 times harder. And it just
nice.
Cracks. What about yours?
Kind of in a similar vein too. There's this song. It's like a drum and bass song, which actually is a very up and coming genre. So I'm really excited to hear more drum and bass songs. It's called "In the City" by Bass Tripper. But there's another DJ who goes by the name Leondis, who I believe is from Florida, who remixed it into like a house, like bass house song. So we basically took a drum and bass song and then remixed it to house. And man, that'll make you run through a wall.
Smacks.
Yeah.
I love music that just makes you want to just full-fledged sprint through walls.
But I like that yours is Cold Day in Hell because it kind of like alludes to the fight that you're about to have.
Yeah.
Too.
Just ready to when that song comes on, I'm ready to go to war.
Yeah.
Could be anything. Could just be grocery shopping.
Yeah.
Like I'm ready to just walk into the grocery store and get these cold cuts, but I want to do it in the most aggressive manner ever. That's what this song makes me do.
I love the videos of all like the bass heads and stuff that are listening like on just a nice chill casual Sunday drive down in the suburbs. They're literally listening to like headbangers.
Just absolutely like you're smashing your forehead off the steering wheel.
Yeah, that's what you're doing at the grocery store too.
That's literally what I'm doing at the grocery store. I'm like, slice that salami. I'm just letting it rip. All right. What TV show would you want to be in?
I think it would definitely have to be like a sitcom.
You look like a sitcom guy.
Yeah. I wouldn't want it to be too serious.
I don't know what that means, but like you look like a character that would just be on Seinfeld.
I'm Kramer.
Hurley.
I'm trying to think of what show probably has like the coolest like cat. I don't know. Maybe even just like Modern Family.
Modern Family. Okay, I could definitely see you on Modern Family.
Yeah,
for sure. 100% Modern Family. That is yours.
I can be like someone else's son, like Claire or Jay and
easily. We need to get you cast to be in a sitcom. Modern Family.
I know.
Reboot.
Yeah.
That would be so sick.
I'm your generic white guy. What else could you ask for?
I'm your generic white guy. I would be in Game of Thrones.
Okay. Yeah. Oh, I can see that too.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Give me a sword, cover me in like wolf's blood, and just let me just run around.
Yeah.
Love it.
Yeah.
Love Game of Thrones.
I think the beard's helping you out too. Yeah.
I'd probably be a wildling, but that's fine.
What if they made you shave the beard for the part?
Well, I don't really look that attractive without the beard, so they would be like, we made a mistake. We made a mistake.
Imagine they did.
They're like,
actually, we actually don't even need you.
I'd get the part and they'd be like, wow, I can't believe we filled your role. I was like, yeah, of course you did. Like, you can't do this. You didn't hire Joey Fatone to be on. Like, I look like Joey Fatone without my beard. Like 100% a member of NSYNC.
Yeah. Hey, I mean, he was a member of NSYNC.
Yeah, that's a good point. That's a good point. But he's not in Game of Thrones.
Yeah.
The correlation.
Yeah, okay.
Correlation. I would be fired.
NSYNC, Game of Thrones.
Yeah. They should put Justin Timberlake in like one of those things and let him sprint around.
Yeah.
That would be rad.
It would be weird if Game of Thrones did have like the random celebrity cameos.
They had Ed Sheeran.
They did. Oh.
Yeah, Ed Sheeran was playing a ukulele by a fire.
You're right. Yeah. Oh, so I guess they did. Never mind.
Yeah. Now they just need me and Joey Fatone side by side.
Yeah.
Me no beard and Joey Fatone just being himself.
Joey Fatone with beard, you without beard. People
that would
will start confusing you for each other.
That would be spooky.
Okay, next one. Do you believe in aliens?
Yes.
Yeah.
100%. Mm-hmm. If you think we're the only people in the universe, you're wrong.
Yeah. That's always this.
You're wrong.
Yeah.
Have they been here? I don't know.
Yeah, that's the thing. I don't know.
Here's the thing.
I guess that's the second question. Do you believe that aliens have touched Earth?
I would like to say yes. And I only want to say yes selfishly because I would love to know where they touched down and what they did.
Yeah.
But Area 51, that whole thing,
sketchy. I won't disagree that I do think that the government probably is hiding some stuff.
Yeah.
But I don't want to be one of those like weirdos.
I mean, of course they're hiding everything, but also.
But remember, there was like over the pandemic, we were hearing about it like every week, and now it's just kind of like, I don't know if now it's just normalized. We're just like, yeah, it's aliens, whatever.
Yeah.
But it's like it was like on the news.
It was on the news every day. Every single day.
And now it's just like not a thing anymore.
Unidentified aerial phenomenon or whatever they're calling them, UAPs, every single day.
Yeah.
But I don't. I think maybe they've been here once, twice.
The last one I heard about was at like that mall in Miami, but it ended up being like something stupid.
I think everybody sees something random happening and they're like, aliens, it's aliens. It's like, dude, no, I'm literally just sitting in a Chuck E. Cheese parking lot.
Yeah. I mean, hey, if I could start a crazy rumor like that, I would.
Yeah. I mean, everybody's doing it.
Yeah.
Just blame everything on aliens.
Want to hear a funny side story about starting trends?
Yeah. Oh, boy.
I once started a trend in my middle school where we just wore pajamas every day because I just started doing it like to be funny, which was so stupid as a middle schooler. But then people started buying into it, and then we needed to have a school assembly where our principal had to ask us not to wear pajamas anymore because people were getting too comfy in class and falling asleep.
You can't just be comfy in school?
I guess not.
In Springfield, Massachusetts, I don't think anybody owned jeans. I think that's all people wore. Like in Springfield, Mass. Hey, Connor Murphy, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, wow. He's got 9 abs, this guy. Oh, whoa. Oh,
can you lock these doors? Because he had a very threatening look on his face.
He did. And there was almost a below the waist.
Yeah, would you call that a mushroom stamp? I just learned that term the other day.
Oh my God!
Friend of the show, Brittany. Told me about that term the other day.
That was why.
No more context.
Friend of the show, Brittany is out of her mind.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wow. This window's been another. This window's a thing.
It always is for this show.
This windows, that's for sure. Yeah, I believe in aliens. Believe they've been here maybe once, maybe.
Okay.
I'd like to meet one though.
I'll say the same.
Maybe you are an alien. If you had to swap your legs with the legs of another animal, which animal would you choose?
My quick answer is horse, just because that's like a centaur. Like it's already been done before in Fantasyland.
That's true.
I mean, yeah.
You're going with the horse?
I might have to.
I'm going with a panda.
Really?
Yeah. Pandas are just cozy, right? Imagine me from the waist down with like big old furry legs, like just being cozy. Just being a cozy.
I guess. Yeah.
I would like exchange my upper body as panda too.
So you just become a panda?
I would just become a panda.
Yeah.
Maybe that's my spirit animal. Maybe my spirit animal is a panda.
I think I get this. The nice thing about panda is that if not every other human also had different animal leg parts, then me with horse legs would find it very challenging doing a lot of human stuff.
Yeah,
like driving a car, for example.
That's true, but you could run every marathon and win it.
Yeah, if they allow me.
You'd be the fastest person in the world.
You're not allowed.
Hey, horse legs, get the fuck out of here, horse legs.
I was gonna say cheetah too, just because they're like super fast.
Well, but those are like kind of weird legs.
Yeah, I don't know if I had those legs, I would have to.
You'd be like 5'1".
Would I get all 4, or would I just have the hind legs?
I think it would just be the hind legs.
That would look hilarious.
Like from the waist down.
I wonder if I would have to walk on all 4s.
With two, you'd have to walk on all 4s with 2 real hands,
2 regular hands, and then the back 2.
I don't know, but if we have somebody that does Photoshop, somebody needs to Photoshop a Hurley.
It's a scary visual for sure. I don't really want to talk about it any further. Okay, did you ask that or did I ask that? I think you asked it to me, right?
Yeah, last one.
Last question. Do you eat or drink soup? And what's your favorite?
Well, I think you eat soup. You can drink soup. You can drink like chicken broth. You can drink chicken or like tomato soup.
Yep.
I think that if you add anything in it, you're eating it, right? So if you're adding the chicken noodles into the broth, but then is broth not soup? Is broth just broth? I just fucking destroyed your brain. I just took your brain and sent it into the
stout's hitting.
Yeah. But like also is chili a soup? Because I love chili.
Yeah.
Chili's a soup?
Yeah.
But you eat chili. You definitely don't drink chili.
What else? Yeah. What else would you call chili?
Meal.
Oh,
I don't know. It's a good. There's soups, chowders, chilies.
I think the where you're getting at is like tomato soup is literally just like
it's drinkable.
Yeah, I mean I'm saying you eat it because there's probably always going to be an element in which you eat. Because I'm not eating soup. Well, I'll get onto another point. I'm not eating soup that's just broth. There's always got to be something in it.
You've never just put like broth in a mug when you're not feeling well and just sipped on it?
Well, so here's my controversial opinion that my girlfriend's gotten very mad at me about because she's the other way on the other side.
She's about to listen to this and you're going to be on the couch.
No, she already knows this.
Hashtag on the couch.
This is kind of how we bonded. I'm not a soup guy.
Oh my God. I don't know what to do.
I think soup's overrated.
I don't know if to abruptly end this podcast right now so you can't finish or let you continue on this and let the internet destroy you.
Yeah, I know. I've already dug my own grave from previously in this episode.
Overrated?
So I can already go so far down.
Yeah. It's overrated.
Yeah.
Like what do you eat when you're just not feeling good? Say you're home, you've got a cold, you're being a little baby bitch and you need some help.
Just normal food. Whatever.
Like you're eating a Philly cheesesteak to feel good? You have an emotional Philly cheesesteak to make yourself feel better?
I hate to brag, but it's been a while since I've been like bedridden with sickness.
Oh, that's fair.
So I don't know that feeling. But maybe if I really needed something, I would drink like a hot tea.
So you're just anti...
Is tea soup?
Tea is soup. Tea is basically just broth. Tea is broth. It's bag broth. It's leaf broth.
So you're going to be the type of person that says, is a smoothie a cold soup?
Yeah, dude, it is. 100%. It's like smoothie. Is it ketchup a smoothie? Yeah, of course it is.
Or is tomato a hot smoothie? Say like a tomato soup. Is that a hot smoothie?
I think a tomato soup is a hot smoothie. Yeah.
But yeah, no, I just don't, like soup doesn't feel like fulfilling enough for me. I need something more, I was going to say hearty, but I know that's literally the word that goes together with soup. But I just need something that has a little more substance to it.
Oh my God. I invited you on this podcast today for you to just blast some of the greatest stuff to ever live.
And I think I'm the only person with this opinion too.
That sucks. At least you're one of one.
Yeah.
At least you're one of one. I guess people in the comment section can either enjoy...
That's how you stand out as a DJ.
Yeah, enjoy Hurley being an amazing DJ and a soup hater.
Go against the grain. Yeah.
Dude, well, thank you for doing the show.
Thanks for having me.
I appreciate it.
Even though it's by default.
Yeah, it's okay. You better default than not at all.
That's true.
Jeff, we love you. We'll catch you guys on the next one. That's Hurley. I'm Marky P. Peace.
Peace.
Ooh, look at those hands.